It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'm ready for y'all. So let's start this recording. Oh yeah, I guess I probably should. Mark, I don't know if we've ever met. I'm Alexis.
How you doing?
Y'all met at the at our
Doing
back to
good.
school. At our back to school backpack.
Huh?
Y'all met at our back to school backpack.
Oh yes, I have a question about that too. Okay. Wait, somebody say something so I can see if this recording is working.
Hey, what's going on? Mark and Will Show.
Okay. Not. Mom, I'm gonna send this to your iPad because I can't hear it on my phone. Is that okay? No, I'm.
Oh shit. I'm like, huh? I just see us too.
So Wi-Fi's not too good, but now we're rocking. All right, so I guess to start, let's have you all like introduce yourselves, kind of tell me, but just for the write up, what you all do and kind of like who you are. Anyone can start. Go.
Oh, okay. My name is Mark, of course, part of the Mark and Will Show. Heck, I mean, this is new for me. I'm already lost. I never had this done before. I mean, Mark and Will Show, I work at this place called Goodman, dealing with air conditioners and things like that. Will.
My name is William Woods. I am the other co-host of Mark and Will Show. I work at 7 counties. Don't put that in there because hopefully it won't be for long. Also, a director of operation at Mail Logistics, which is a sorting company. I mean, you can go ahead and put that on there. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
You all are silly. Okay. So now that we've got introductions out of the way, I'm sorry, mom. My mom's gonna have to go upstairs because she's interrupting.
Oh, okay.
All right, so kind of just tell me a little bit about what you all do on the Mark and Will Show.
Pretty much cover all sports. And what we really done dug into is a lot of the sports for the 502 high school sports.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Will, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I got a little bit to add on that. Basically, like Mark said, we wanted to make sure that when we first got on the scene, that we cover every sport possible to men and women even if we did not know it, and people would ask us questions, then we'll go ahead and try to implement it in the show. Um, which it's a lot of shows out there that does that, but not to the extent that we done it. A lot of local, even YouTubers, they just concentrate on one thing. So we concentrate on every sport that was happening now, and we also had our high school in there. But then all of a sudden, we was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and actually still do that, but make sure we cover 502 to the fullest. So right there is our something that we love and enjoy, that we make sure that all the 502 student athletes get coverage.
Right. Exactly. And I guess that kind of like brings me to my follow up, repping the 502. What were like some of your all's like high school sports or like just like sports involvement in general, because like you all are doing a sports show. So tell me why you love sports so much.
Let me go, or you go. Okay, he's off. So let me go ahead. He'll join back in. I played Little League Baseball for 8 or 9 years. Um, I played middle school and high school football, uh, JCTMS, and then male. Basically got into sports when I was a little tot, probably 6 years old. I remember my parents would always throw like little parties, and I definitely remember the 1980 championship party when I was 6 years old, and everybody's yelling. I'm upstairs like, what is going on? And I go downstairs, and they get on they red, and they all into it, and that really sold me on to sports. And my whole family sports, like my father. I mean, I really get it from him. He's a former athlete, got drafted by the Lakers and Dallas Cowboys, and he actually ran the Little League and all that kind of stuff. So that right there kind of got me into the path. And also being a '70s baby, growing up in the '80s, we didn't have all this.
Technology.
Technology. Yes, sir. Didn't have all that. Didn't have all that fire sticks and stuff like that. So I used to be that sports geek that used to listen to the games on the radio and religiously the games and also the sports talk shows and be like, oh man. So whenever I used to hook back up with my family, you know, uh, talking sports, and they was like, what does little dude know what he talking? And I'm like,
Right.
knowing the players, knowing everything, telling them
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So, it's been in my blood on that one, big time. Don't be trying to skip out on questions. Go ahead.
Dude, I had to turn the iMessage thing off the iPad because when people call while we on here, it mutes you.
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
My mama calling. Come on, mama, I'll talk to you in a minute.
Do you want to
Okay,
know?
yeah, well, we're still on the like your sports involvement question or like high school sports, just tell me why you love sports so much.
Woo! Been around it my whole life. Family members played it. I played it, of course. And when you've been around it for that long, it's just so easy to get attached to it.
Right.
Especially when you have siblings who went to college and stuff like that, cousins and stuff with the college played the next level. So it's just always been there. The love for it's always been there, and it's very hard to get rid of it.
Yeah, I feel that. Every time I pass the softball field, I'm like, oh, I wish I could go back. I just miss it so much. So I know the feeling. All right. So we talked about, like what you all do, why you like sports, but why did you want to create the show? Like what was kind of your mission or your inspiration?
Ooh, 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 ooh. Mark, you do
Uh,
it. Mark, you do this one, and then I'll pick it up how when I came in.
yeah. To be honest with you, I started it watching a Pittsburgh Steelers game. And it's crazy.
Okay.
I was like, I want to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? You talk to your friends, your homies and stuff like that. It's like, nah, let's go to a whole nother level. Let's go to YouTube with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I jumped on YouTube, started doing it for a while. It was just like first the show started off with just football. That's what it was. It was NFL before it took off the way it took off. I was just talking about the NFL, whatever, and then I got discouraged, stopped it for a while. Then me and Will would always be at the same places together. And I just came out and said, dude, I do a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to hop on? Not thinking he was going to be like, yeah.
Right.
Because, you know what I'm saying? Because me and him
Mhm.
always shoot, talking. Every time we see each other, it's either about Dallas or Pittsburgh or it's Louisville. You know, I didn't know he was so knowledgeable to sports like that. So it was like, why not ask him and see? And then once he said
Right.
yeah, phew, through the roof.
Right.
Through
So,
the roof.
like he said, to pick up on that, at a cookout, all that kind of stuff. And you always hear, people talk sports and stuff. But like Mark said, we always talk Dallas. The thing about it, I'm Dallas, he's Steelers. They hate each other naturally, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, you're like, what you gonna say about Dallas? What you gonna say about Steelers? So, but we had a respect towards each other, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff like that. So like you said, Louisville. So then, shooting. So I remember we were shooting some hoops and stuff like that in the backyard, and he was talking about, hey man, I do YouTube. And I'm like, oh, for real? I said I was talking to my family about doing a podcast,
Yeah.
of my uncles and my cousins and stuff like that. And he said, well, look, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. Da, da, da. I'm like, okay. So leaving the cookout and stuff, and the next day you thinking, oh man, he just blowing smoke up somebody's ass. He ain't gonna do nothing. What are he talking about? What's going down? Then all of a sudden, I'm over my aunt's house and with my pops and my uncles and stuff. He calls me. He's like, "Hey man, I'm ready to get on. You want to come on and get on?" Actually, I was on my way over there, and I was like, "Bro, let's do another day." It was a Thursday. I said, "Let's do another day. Holler at me. I can come over then." You know what I'm saying? I'm in my mind. I'm ready to go bet some games, drink some drinks, all that kind of stuff. We're gonna have a good old time with the family. And then what triggered it is when he said, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. Then you just come over Friday and you do your take. I'm going to do my take today and all this kind of stuff. I was like, oh, no, I'm on my way over. Nah, bro, nah, we ain't going to have that. And so when I get over there, and I'll never forget. So we sitting down, we got the camera or his phone, and we doing the stuff. And we actually talked about the top 100
100.
players. It was NFL, wasn't it? NBA,
Yep. NFL.
NFL,
Yep.
NFL players. And so we talking, and before we do it, he said, "Look, I'm gonna say we're gonna talk about this. You do this and do that." And he said, like, basically, if it goes well, we'll have a show together. If not, then I'm saying
Right.
whatever. So I'm thinking, what are you like questioning me on my knowledge? What I can talk about? So when we sitting down and we going, we flying through, we rocking and rolling and shit. And probably about 10 minutes in the show, he's like, "Oh, it's the Mark and Will show."
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's how I got started, and we've been rocking and rolling ever since. Because the great thing is that a lot of people do shows like once a week, maybe twice. Like we do it damn near almost every day, at least 4 to 5 days, and sometimes like especially when we get into the March Madness, we probably be popping on almost damn near every day
Yep.
type stuff.
Right.
So yeah, that's how it began.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So yeah, kind of like to go next to that. Did you all think it would be like this big, Like my mom was telling me that you all have like different versions of the show or something. Like you're now doing something like new on like Fridays. My little brother like loves watching your all shows. So that's like their date night. So it's like my mom and my little brother watch your all shows as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah. We
Um,
love it. We love it. We love it.
yes.
Big time. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So yeah, tell me more about like the different versions that you all are like doing.
Well,
Yep. Go ahead, bro.
okay. Basically, once we start doing it, probably I would say within 6 to 8 months, my
Yep.
mind was going, and I'm thinking, you know what, we can like do more to get more audience. All this kind of
Mm,
stuff. Like we have enough material. Like the thing about what separates us is that we don't have nothing script. Like only script we do is have like topics, and that's because of graphics. So now I'll go ahead and do that. But before that, we weren't doing none of that. We were just like, hey man, look what's ever on ESPN. Let's talk about that. Let's rock and roll. So what happened is that once I saw growth, I was like, hey man, let's go ahead. Let's cover Louisville. So basically we started off with like Dallas and Pittsburgh show, champ to champ. We had a
Yep, yep.
Bird's Eye View, which was Louisville. We had Big Blue Kingdom, which is Kentucky. We was doing podcasts, we was doing YouTube, all this kind of stuff. And so that's what happened on that one. But then when we realized, hold on, man, it could be much, much more. That's how you
Mm-hmm.
got into a past year that you have a lot more interviews with the high schools. We got award, but we're going that, but we got FNC is on Fridays. That's something that because my sisters and my other sister, which is Mark's wife, Sierra, they've been on the show. So we was like, hey, let's do a little something different here. It ain't even about sports. Let's just talk about daily things that's going on, what's popping off in 502, what's going on in the world. We did that, and now we got that. That's only the third show. Now we got a gaming show because hell, Mark loves it. I'm a retiree gamer. Mark is a gamer, so it's like let's go ahead and do this. So my vision was let's continue to grow. I can talk about concrete right now. We can talk about that. I don't care. But my vision, as I saw it, each time I had an epiphany, I always go to Mark and say, hey, Mark, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And I know he's probably thinking, dude, stop, slow down. What the hell are you doing? Like, what are you doing? All this kind of stuff. But that's my version. You can get to Mark because I know we have sidebars, conversations about the growth, which is amazing. It's totally amazing. I don't think people understand that it is real. And the thing about it, it's still in infantry. You know what I'm saying? It's still in a baby form. It's not even at this peak yet. But Mark can tell you about what he thought about it.
To answer the one question, she said, "Did we think it'd take off?" Like it's
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning stages, you got in your mind frame like it can. But once we added that high school in, and I said, this is out of this world. I didn't know it was gonna be like this.
Right.
For when you go into high school games and people's walking up on you, shaking your hand and all that, it's like, this is amazing. You know what I'm saying? But
Mm-hmm.
as far as with all of our spin-off shows that we have, they absolutely dope. I love it because you don't know what you're gonna get. You don't know what guests we're gonna have on, anything. Like with the Louisville thing is always legendary because Will by far got to be one of the biggest Louisville fans I've ever met in my life. I promise you that. This guy do not play about Louisville. So anything that Louisville pops up, you gotta let bro go. Hey, go. Because you say the wrong thing and you a guest, he gonna chew you alive. You know what I'm saying? So you better know your sports when you talk about Louisville with him. But
Right.
and then the Pittsburgh and Dallas show, champ to champ, which that'll eventually start popping back up too because we're gonna get all the Cowboys and Dallas fans on the coattail too. And now we got the FNC, which is dope because it let us have conversations about different topics that's going on in the world, Louisville and stuff like that. And this gaming show that we got, woo! This gaming show is going to be good because you got a lot of people who like gaming. You know, I
Yes.
play with my kids all the time as far as gaming and stuff like that or whatever. So now that's going to be fun. You sitting here, you chopping it back up, going back and forth with your kids or whoever jumps on this stuff. That's going to be really fun. And then Will's going to eventually jump on there too. Don't get it twisted. Will's going to get them sticks too. And then once we really get it going, it's almost like we could be side by side and he'll be commentating while whoever's playing the game. So
Why they take some losses? Why they gonna get that L? Get that L. Take that L, baby. Mark and
Right.
Will Show's gonna be handing out L's to anybody who wants to play the sticks. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I love that. I think it's just so cool and like inspiring too, just to like start from like something small and then like branch it out to like 4 or 5 different things, and like you all like friends too. That makes it 10 times better,
Oh yeah, he's like my
this-
brother.
Yeah.
He's my
Yeah,
baby brother.
exactly.
He's my baby brother.
Yeah, it's just like friends being friends. Okay, so what are some of like the challenges you all have faced, while like expanding and while doing, the show?
Go ahead, Mark. I'll probably run with it, but go ahead. You go ahead.
I would say really a challenge is doing the show. Hmm. Me personally, I don't think we really ran into any big challenges. But when you have guests that do no call, no shows, that's a problem. You
Mm,
know what I'm saying? Like other besides that, I really don't. It ain't really been anything crazy as far as you know what I'm saying. But as a guest saying they're gonna come on and then not show up, that might be the biggest hurdle that we done had. I mean, because regardless, we still gonna
yeah.
do the show with or without you. You know what I'm saying? Because we know how to do
Hmm.
it. But I just think that's a problem.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. I was actually taking it to another level as far as with that question. Uh, I was going on the outside. I wasn't go inside. Is no one is gonna love it and take care of this more than Mark and Will, right?
Mm,
So when we have issues with somebody, hey, I want to get on the show and they don't show up, or they got some. I mean, Mark has a built-in motor next to him that's going to be able to talk about whatever. So that's not an issue. We've done that. We've had it where at the last minute someone's like, "Hey, don't show." Like, "Hey, don't worry about it. Let's go. We'll
right.
talk
Me.
about that kind of stuff." I look at the more challenges to me is that the support.
Mm,
Yep.
I look at it from the support angle. I look at it like you know some people they may watch it, some may not. Some say they do, but you can tell they don't when they
right.
ask questions, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's like the way we have evolved this show is that like even if you don't like sports, man, that's fine. Maybe you have a son or a daughter. Like, we give opportunities for you to brag about your kids. Like,
Hmm.
you got a child that plays softball who's trying to been a 3 year starter, play for Shawnee Academy of Shawnee, don't get any looks. Holler at us. We'll put her on her.
Right.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying? We don't care.
Right.
It may not be an hour show with that particular athlete, but it could be 5, 10, 15 minutes. Let's talk about your story. Let's rock and roll. We
Yeah.
do not discriminate. This, first of all, and we left out one big show, Legacy.
Show did.
Male and
Oh. Yep.
PRP Legacy
Yep.
show. That's that right there. That show is
Baby.
probably the hottest. That show probably gets more views than any of the other
Yep.
shows.
Yep.
To be honest.
Right.
To be honest.
Right.
But we have that support with Mail and PRP. You know what I'm saying? Because they know. But when we went out to go ahead and say high school, we want everybody. That kind of stuff. So
Right.
then you got a lot of people just I mean natural born haters.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel that.
yeah, there's some natural born haters.
I feel that.
Don't want to see us succeed. Don't want to see us do because I can get on the mic and talk. I can do what y'all
Hmm.
do. Well, come on the
Right.
show, please.
Right.
We don't mind that. Let's have a conversation. That's
Yeah.
okay. So what we try to do is try to make it more community driven for the sports athletes, the young ones. You know what I'm saying? We done had the sales baseball players as they was going for the championship. We done had all kinds of people on here, and we love it. I mean, that's what drives us with the thing. But you do have that built-in hate. This period,
Yeah.
and that's something that we need to work on as a community. Point blank. Just because you see us,
Hmm.
growing, don't mean you should say, okay, well, I ain't gonna show you them no more love, and that's crazy to me because the thing about it is this got lasting power because it's always something to talk about.
Hmm.
Things like that. Sports involves everybody, and it affects a lot of families in a whole
Yeah.
different way. And then, like I said, hey, you don't like it? F&C's right there. Sit back,
Hmm.
talk, enjoy that kind of stuff. So I would say
Yep.
the biggest challenge has been uh, the support.
Right.
Yep.
I feel that. Let's see. You kind of already answered the next question about like your most memorable show, but you said that was the legacy one at PRP.
No, well, that's I would say that's our as far as our shows. That
Shows.
is like, but we got some. No. We can talk about memorable shows, like because Mark might got a guest or something that you know what I'm saying that stands out. So no. That's totally. We're just saying as far as our different shows that we do. Mark, what's the best show?
Okay.
What's one of them shows that you think was one of the ones that you think about and remember?
It's crazy because we done had we have had some memorable shows. Jesus, we done had some good ones. We done we done we done had some good ones.
Right.
Yeah, it's another show we left out too. Man to man coverage that we do on Sundays when NFL
We
starts.
got so
So
many, Lexi.
that's another
Sorry.
one.
I'm sorry. Lexi, we got so many. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah. But we have to sit
Yeah,
and be like,
that's another one.
yeah,
And then once that show right there is gonna have plenty of memories on there because everybody got different football teams. So check that out when
Right.
football season start up. But I want to say it was the young kid from Male because he was just I think he was out of all the kids we done had on, he was the one who had the most energy and he was just flowing with the talking.
which one?
Is it him and his stick?
But no, you think it was Noah? Was it Noah or was it the oh my gosh, Monroe?
It might have been LeRoe.
Monroe because
Because when he
J
kept chasing,
two's J
yeah,
Tuesday brother J2. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
because he kept hitting me, said, "Can I say this? Can I say that?" And I'm like, "Okay, this is gonna be crazy."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like that with because when kids want to talk, you know what I'm saying, get stuff like you like stuff like that, you know what I'm saying. So I
Mhm.
thought that was one. What you
Yeah.
got, Will? It's just too many. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
now you find Jay Sean Monroe, who you talking about. Yeah, Jay Sean.
Okay.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers. Yeah, that was good. You know what? If I had to, I'm gonna tell you the one that always stands out to me is when we was in the basement of Dion's, and it was the Youngins. This is one of our first ones, the Youngins,
yeah.
and it was preseason, and you know it was Robert Bird, Daniel Bird, AJ Woods, and
Yeah.
so we always welcome them. They part of the team. So we down there, we
Mhm.
talking. We did a preseason football show, so everybody has a thing. So we just going by, and then all of a sudden this machismo came on, and thing. People start questioning each other's teams and shit. So this happened once, and it ain't happened no more. Mark and I went head to head
Yeah.
with Pittsburgh
And
and
Dallas.
Dallas. We was going at it like
At
for
it.
like good 10 to 15 minutes, just da, 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 da. And the boys,
Uh-huh.
the boys is on the side. I mean, on the couch was like,
They just
damn.
looking.
We had to regroup. Okay.
Yeah.
We got that out of our system. I would say that as far as a show was amazing on that one. I would say as far as an interview show that stood out to me had to be, man, we done had some great interviews, big
Yeah. That
time.
has some good people come on.
Yeah, big time from coaches to everything.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say I would say this not just because it's the legacy, but PRP's Coach Larry Kinley. That
Kelly.
Yeah, Kinley was very very like energized
He was.
energized. Like you fed off his energy. And the thing about it is, Tim Hawthorne for a male, same way, but
Mel.
we had like technical differences. But every time we see him out in the public, he has that same energy. Like
Same
I'm
All
ready to
right.
play basketball for both of them. I would
Right.
say basically those coaches brought it, and I can see why these young players, these young guys want to play for them or for these
Right.
schools because when you have coaches that are like so energetic and just bring you up to a level, you know what I'm saying? Even a day like you may not feel like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of tired, I don't work too much today.
Mm-hmm.
I would say this point blank. I've had those days, oh my goodness. And then all of a sudden when we do the show, that's the spotlight of my day.
Yeah.
Lights
in
come on.
my day because now I can do something. I'm doing something that I love.
Yep.
Something that
I'm
makes you
doing
happy.
a show that I love. I'm doing it with my brother who loves sports too. And it's like, wow, that's why, I get greedy on the mic, you know what I'm saying? I get greedy on the interviews and stuff. He lets me go, kind of stuff like that. Because I would say this when I do an interview, I'm learning. So I'm like, man, let me pick your brain a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And
Uh-huh.
we've had it where people will ask us like, what are the questions? I'm like, dude, we raw and uncut. We don't know questions. We just
Hey.
talk. We just have a conversation. We just have a conversation. Don't be scared about the conversation because the thing about it is, and I want people to know this: we're not out as a got you show. We're out to
Mm-hmm.
learn and out to promote what you're doing. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what we do. And I think a lot of people like kind of get, when we're like held hostage to like, what are you going to ask me? What's going on? Because I'm not used to socializing or communicating. I got to have a controlled environment. Then you can't come on this show because that's not going to happen. I mean,
Yeah.
I can tell you that basically you're going to talk about your sports journey. That's the only thing I can say. I don't know how left or right we're going to go. Depends on your answers. That kind
Right.
No, exactly.
They
And I feel
lying.
like that's like what makes things successful too, just like how it like is a conversation, like it's not just like so scripted. And then like going back to what you said with like the coaches, I felt that like every time I had a good energetic coach, I was like, you make me want to play, like
right.
I'm excited to play for you. So I feel that. Y'all are making me miss softball a little way too much. While we're doing this interview, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
So the next question, so I came to your all's back to school fair, which I loved. So I guess I kind of want to connect that and like the show on like how you all, try to help the community too. Like you have a lot of kids and youth come on as interviewers and then like those type of events. So kind of tell me a little bit more about events like the back to school fair thing.
We're actually
Just
go ahead, Mark. Go,
yeah.
go bro.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
We're actually uh, kind of gonna have some meetings to discuss our back to school thing again, a drive. We had so much
Mhm.
support, and you know what's so crazy, Alexis, that we had support for people who wasn't even here, like not
Uh-huh.
even in the city.
In the
That
city.
was
Nope.
sending us like money to buy backpacks and different stuff like that. I mean, and I'm talking about nice like amounts. We had some people here that was doing it too. We want to make sure it grows and actually continue that. And that's one thing, Mark and I is not getting paid for this show.
Right.
Right.
Don't make it like so when we do things, it comes out of our own pockets. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. And eventually, who don't want to have a talk show that gets paid? We understand that, but we also understand that we want to constantly be one of the driving factors in the community. Uh, Either way, for the kids, for the adults. I mean, it's adults that needs help too. So we're always trying to have our wheel turning to see what we can do next. Right now, as far as with the kids now, that's why we have them on because a lot of these kids, uh, schools don't have the resources to have somebody recruit them,
Yeah.
that kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So we have Twitter, you know what I'm saying, at Mark and Will Show. Basically, what we do on that one is that we kind of retweet a lot of videos of kids who's trying to get seen. We also have a connection with Tap App, which is Total Athlete Profile, which is actually somewhere where you can download your videos and interact with coaches and things like that. And they put your stuff out because when I was in school, you had to rely on your coach to get your tape out. Well, these coaches ain't doing that, and hell, they ain't do it back then when I went. You know what I'm saying? You had to be lucky to play with some good players and stuff like that
Mhm.
that have coaches come. So now it's more almost like a lazy scene because not everybody has the money to come and fly and come and see you. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
really be on that. I want to get this and I have to do this. So we actually our platforms is for that on Twitter. Our platform for Facebook is basically, you know what I'm saying, information type. This is what we're doing. Hey, all this kind of stuff. So you still have the sports things. You know what I'm saying? What's going on in the sports world? Here are the shows. We post most of our shows on there besides Twitter. Instagram is like, hey, here's our players of the week. We started a Players of the Week, which has been phenomenal. We started with football season. We got a lot of looks, a lot of different stuff with that. That has been great. Basketball took it to another level. So we're trying to cover everything, and we're going to have softball and baseball next. We did our first 502. So we did our all team, Mark and Will's all team 502. We did 502 because of the first year. We're going to have always have the city, but we're going to have the state, and some of the city people can be on the state too, but we want to make sure we cover the 502. But we just constantly just trying to make sure that these kiddos gets the coverage that they need.
Yes, exactly. And I think
Yep.
it
And as
really
far as
helps too. Like, oh, I'm sorry, Mark.
as far as the back to school thing, it's something like that is dear to me because I know a lot of kids out here can't afford certain things.
Right.
And my wife is an assistant at an elementary school, so she comes home and tells me so much stuff about some kids don't got it, some kids don't have that, they don't know how they eat, and this and that, and it just touches me, And so like this back to school thing, that meant a lot to me because we helped out a lot of kids who didn't have anything.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on, real quick. Before you answer anymore, and also, give up praise because we was thinking about doing some community work, and Sierra actually spearheaded that one. So she really spearheaded that
Mm,
for us, and that was her idea, and we took it and ran, and saying with that, it couldn't have happened without her and some other people. But that was her idea. Like we was thinking, we sitting down and just thinking of things like that. So.
yep. So that, and then the backpack came with pencils and all type of crazy stuff. Doing that type of stuff, like I said, she going by herself this year because I'm confused. I don't know what to do. How many things to get? How many boys? I'm confused. You got it. You got it this year. I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? But the next big thing that we want to work on, we're gonna try to do is feed the homeless. So we always got mine is always rolling. So
Right.
it's gonna be a
Exactly.
lot of more ideas that come around and see. Y'all gonna see a lot of us do a lot of more stuff in the community too.
Yes, I love that, and I really love the like player of the weeks that you all have been doing. I've been seeing them on my
That's
Twitter
great.
feed because I feel like when I was playing sports in high school, like all the like sports people that were tweeting and stuff, they were all white people. And I was like, okay, now, like,
Right.
I'm like, where's the representation? Because I feel like, you know, it's kind of tunnel vision that way. Of course, you see a great player, but,
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was just, you could just clearly see the racial divide. So I'm really glad that we now finally have people of color news reporting
I'm
game,
gonna tell you,
sports reporting game.
actually, I'm gonna tell you something real, a quick story on that one. When we did it, it was first, national. Then we like, okay, let's go ahead and like add more people. So once we got towards like I said, the first one was all national. Then all of a sudden, we like probably week 5, we said, "Hey man, let's do Kentucky." So we have to cover Kentucky and then the
Right.
national, and then all that kind of stuff. So as we grew into the all that the players and things like that, one of the best moments. I'm not gonna lie. You know what? One of the best interviews has to be Coach Hanley, Shawnee,
Yeah.
Mm.
Academy of Shawnee. Not getting the love and the looks and everything else like that. And once we did that all 502, we had coaches. It was Miguel Coleman and it was Whitney Hanley, and we did that. And I swear it was probably Sunday or something like that. I look on Facebook and she's got a video up, and she's like, "Hey, I'm so happy. I'm doing all this kind of stuff." And in this video, it's these ladies talking. I'm like, "What is going on? Like with this?"
Yeah.
Yeah, St. Stephen's, they
Yeah.
had like a ladies quorum, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So they talking, and they're like, "Hey, we want to give props to the All 502 Coach of the Year," and
Yeah.
it's like it's our, like we do our own. logo, stuff like that, and things, graphics, and just to see them, like, yeah, they didn't say Mark and Will, but Mark and Will is on there
It's
as
right
on
there.
502, and it was like, oh my gosh, like getting home, what I'm saying, like what we do matters. Went to Match Cigar Place in Jeffersonville and had a guy whose son was honored. You know what I'm saying? Like it was one of the people. And by the end of the night, he's asked me, can he take a picture with me? I'm like, I'm gonna take a picture. I got Mark and Will. Like, dude, I'm not even. He said, nah, man, you Will from the Mark and Will show, taking pictures. I said, Jeffersonville, Indiana. I was like, wow, So
Yeah.
Yeah.
granted, you know, we don't want all that, but it's good to get that recognition
Yeah,
that
of course.
hey, y'all acknowledge what we're doing, and I mean for these kids, thank you, thank you guys. I'll never forget. I was at Mel's game, and after the game, we always go out to eat and stuff like that. The players, the parents, and stuff. And my nephew said after a couple of interceptions, turnovers, he went to his teammate and was like, "You gonna be the Mark and Will Show Player of the Week." You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a real breathing, living thing. That
Yeah.
no, I didn't see that coming. I can say that on
Me
that one, but it's taking. I can't wait for the baseball, softball. We're gonna do track too. So that right there, when they take it and they like and running with it and it means something.
Mhm.
Oh man, it just makes you feel good inside.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Gives you that reassurance that you need, that like this is all it's all doing what it's supposed to do.
Right.
Inspiring these
Yep.
kids. So next question. So how do you all incorporate faith into your show? I know that this interview is kind of for Envision, right? So how
Ooh,
how do you
you
all
getting
connect with
diggy
them?
with it, ain't you? Woo! Okay, I got you. I got
Listen.
you. Uh, okay. All right. Okay. I'll go ahead. I'll go ahead and start this one. Um, to me, that envision the Vision Radio .com and all this kind of stuff. That let me start back. That actually occurred with the back to school. Um,
Yeah.
giveaway, and we had somebody in our DMs, what I'm saying, and was like, hey, we do this, y'all want to be on radio, and we had a conference call and all this kind of stuff like that, and we was like, oh wow, what, they want us to be their show and all that, what the hell, all this kind of stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell you what, even if you go to church or you don't go to church, most people have faith, it's spiritual.
Mhm.
uh,
Hmm.
I know personally, without God in my life, I wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't make the decisions that I have done that has led me to this path. And I know that He also fills my brain with going ahead and like reaching out to these youngsters, uh,
Hmm.
reaching out to these parents to say, hey, there is an avenue that your children can take. Like I said, we're not getting paid for this, but we take so much ownership because we know higher being, you know what I'm saying? God is like, look, this is why y'all need to be doing this show. So we did a
Hmm.
360 and we're like, okay, how can we encompass 502, the kiddos and all this kind of stuff? And, we hold no ill wills as far as people who stiff us. We got a couple of people who's coming on because it's not Christian like. So you always have to be Christian life in anything you do in life, even though it's hard as heck at times. But I do believe that God got the map, and we just cruising along with it. So I really enjoy that. And actually, the funny thing, real quick, is that we was known as some big time cussers and stuff on the show. And so anytime we have a show, like actually, if you watch it, we don't know which shows we're gonna drop on it's always a Monday or Tuesday show. But we
Mm-hmm.
kind of we don't really cuss on them shows because we know they can't get played. So,
Right. That's the
but
new dude.
yeah, you're right. But we know that, hey, we not just for their station, but also we do have little ones that watch it. So we have came a long way with that, and things like that. So I mean, all be to God. It ain't without Him, we ain't gonna be here.
Hmm.
Right. And the show ain't even happening without him. So this show is by faith. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't for him, we ain't having this interview with you right now.
Right. And God bless you for doing it. We got some.
That's
Right.
cool.
What size shirt are you? You medium?
Oh, I'm small.
Yeah, but so medium, you can still wear a medium. Long you ain't, what I'm saying? Be different. You said I need a large. We got a medium shirt for you anyway.
It's all right. I love big shirts anyway. I can tie it up, make it
Okay,
look
okay.
cute. Yeah, but I even think like faith is just like so maybe not so underestimated, but like you said, whether you go to church or not, everyone has it. Like there, I can't tell you the amount of times that I've seen, people do a little like routine before they start a game,
Right, right.
for whoever, just a higher power up there. So it's like faith is definitely embedded in everything we do. So I love that.
That's a
Faith is what brought you all here.
right, and that's
Right.
that's a great question. Truly, is one of the probably the best questions of today, and probably that we have had, because not even just with envision, but it goes along with that. But that is, giving thanks and praise is always needed, and that was one of the best questions that we probably ever had.
Yeah.
And hey, y'all like how I'm leaning into this, right? Look, wait. The mic ain't even on.
He's a fool.
Oh my goodness, you are hilarious. I can't even. Okay, so kind of to wrap it up, um, what platforms are you all on? I know we talked about YouTube and Twitter, just so everyone, all your listeners and the readers in this article will be able to know.
Okay. Don't get me started lying. I'm ready to pull up.
Right.
I'm ready to pull it up real quick because I know that we added one. So right now we are on. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? We're definitely on Twitter at Mark and Will Show.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out the one that I sent you. Okay, we're on Twitter
Find it.
at Mark. Yeah, I got it at Mark and Will Show. We're on Facebook at MWSN 2020. Uh, Instagram MW underscore sports 2020. Of course, YouTube Walking Sports. That's the channel. And Twitch, we are Mark and Will Show at Mark and Will Show.
Perfect.
And of course,
Perfect.
Envision, which you can find us on that one. Also,
Yeah.
that's every Thursday, 3 p.m. in the building. In the building, baby.
Um, I'm lying. I have one more question I think I want to add into the article
Uh,
about like the future of the show. Like how do you all see the show evolving, changing, just so we can put that kind of in the article and
that's cool.
juice it up.
The show, it's, to be honest with you, me personally, I can't really say where I think this show will be because you never know where it's gonna take us.
Right.
Because the plan is hopefully this year for some high school games, we can actually be on the sideline calling it
Mm-mm.
as we doing the show. So that's a big thing that could possibly happen. But this show is gonna go as far as me and Will take it, in my belief. And we're trying to take it to a whole nother level that you ain't never seen it on YouTube before.
Right. Period.
Right,
So
right.
it's gonna get there. It's gonna take off, and I think this year is going it's gonna be a lot of big things that happen this year. I just got that gut feeling. There's gonna be a lot of good things that happen this year. Go ahead, brother.
Um, I say the future is bright. I'm trying to get two homes, one in LA and one in Miami. So I'm on my grind. I'm on my grind. So I want two homes, one in LA, one in Miami. So that means I got to go ahead and put the effort into that. And you know that's a goal. There ain't no dream. That's a goal. But
Right.
I see that. I don't think growth. I don't think. I think that we're like I said. We're not nowhere near. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the things that brother did and what he wanted was a sports network. So granted, we kind of went off the pattern as far as with FNC because hey, we greedy. We want to cover other stuff too. So I'm saying like I can see a solely baseball uh, uh, show. I can see
Mm-hmm.
that covering all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I can see a boxing show. I can see all that kind of stuff. Um,
Yep.
you know, I see the vision. The vision is so detail oriented that uh, we're nowhere near. But I think I'm very happy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not that type to be like, oh, I love what we're doing. And what we do, we're not going to add unless we do everything right. And we'll be doing things right. So our new show is gaming that covers everything. But I'm so pleased that the future is so bright. Um, you know, we want a workout show. We want somebody who do a workout. Lexi, you do workouts, anything?
Oh
We're
no.
going to have somebody do a workout. We're going to do all that kind of stuff.
But you
Uh,
know, I will definitely watch because I've been telling myself I need to get back in the gym.
we need a legal show. Ain't your lawyer?
Illegal show. Illegal show, you can hit me up.
Yeah, we need somebody to give advice. You know what I'm saying? And we can talk about that kind of stuff. Like it's endless. I
Yeah.
think when you sit there and put yourself in a box and you can't get out. No, 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 no. I think that it's only just begun, but I love that we're gonna do a cooking show. We got other stuff that's on the menu, but
Mhm.
also we know that in order to grow, you got to have people who's willing to grow with you. So we
Yeah.
very we can't do all that by ourselves. So we're very open with that one. But I mean, my thing is, like I said, I want an LA home. I mean, summer home. I want a Miami. I want Mark wherever he wants to be at. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I want a documentary. I want a documentary of Mark and Will show. I want all that shit. I'm sorry, I'm greedy. I want it all. You know what I'm saying? But I think realization. You know what I'm saying? We got some stuff in the works that we need to fine tune and stuff. We got a documentary that we're working on. We need to fine tune and get some stuff together. And sometimes it takes uh, get new people to help you get to another level.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like we have changed a lot of shows that we had some people. It wasn't because they was garbage. Sometimes you don't have like I think people don't understand the time that we put in this show. I think
Right.
people think we just hop on this mic. We raw and uncut, but still, you have to have some kind of knowledge of different things. Oh, you just watching sports? Yeah, I'm watching sports. You know how many people watch sports and don't know how to talk about sports?
Right.
You know how
Exactly.
many people has been on this show that has thought that they was going to control a lot of stuff of the show, but sit there quiet that I had to like pry things from them. You know how people has been on this show that actually thought they could talk and can't talk. Do you know how many people been on this show that actually couldn't talk, but because they've been on this show, now they're doing videos and different stuff like that. So it opens up communication. Communication is valuable, and like I said, I tell this story all the time. My sister claims herself as being one of the biggest introverts, Shannon Woods. Now that she's on FNC, she's spearheading different things on YouTube and training stuff like that because she's getting used to it. She's getting comfortable with. She's been exposed to it,
Right.
Yep.
and this is somebody who's got two masters. You know what I'm saying? All this kind of stuff, been all that things like that, but still being able to talk about things, express yourself in a manner is key. So, hey, we might be doing seminars next, Mark. Yeah.
Y'all are silly. Well, is there anything that you all think that I missed that you all want me to add like into the article? And of course, once I write it, I'll send you all like a draft of it so you can see it and make sure I talked you up real nice.
She said, Lex, let me ask you this because I know I told your mother the deadline. You know the deadline of this, right?
The 15th, but we weren't. My mom thought it was March, but then I don't know why I thought it was April. So which one is it?
It's March.
It's
It's March.
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 It's
Yeah,
Tuesday.
yeah. And I ain't trying to put no pressure on you. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
okay. You all were great. This will write itself. I can get it. I can get this done tonight probably and send you
Okay.
all a draft.
Let me see. It's something to talk about. Yeah, it is something to talk about. Real quick. Mark,
Okay.
um, I need you to talk about family support, and I'll talk about family support too.
Ooh.
About you. Yeah,
That's
yeah. Go ahead.
the family support on this show for me. And when I say family, I'm meaning the people that's in my household. You know, like they support me so much with this. You know what I'm saying? Because like we said, we do it 4 days a week, sometimes five. And you know what I'm saying? And my wife is so dope because it's like she could have been to said, man, dude, all right, man, it's enough. Enough is
Dope.
enough. We can't keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? But she's one of the biggest supporters of this show.
Yes,
And
she
then all
is.
my kids, every last one of my kids love it. You know what I'm saying? So I think that if it wasn't for them, the people in my household, you know, I got family members who support me, but my backbone is who's in this house.
Right.
That's who my backbone is. If it wasn't for them, this show wouldn't be going on. You know what I'm saying? Because she pushed me every day to get back and to do this. And that day that I said, you know what, I'm gonna take a leap on faith, got bro with me, been rocking, going on 2 years now. So my family is a big support to me, especially my wife. My wife is my biggest supporter.
Uh,
Not for her, I'm not doing this.
I'll piggyback on that. Family support, friend support, all that. But I would say this, Sierra, my sis, and she is one of the biggest supporters, and she has push Mark and things like that. You know, I can do what I have to do to push Mark, but I know that the other end of the is pushing too. So she does a great job. You know, they to welcome me in the household, and you know the kiddos are like my nieces and nephews and different stuff like that has been a tremendous thing, and her support is unwavering. I love her, you know what I'm saying, that kind of stuff. My mom,
Whew.
the biggest walker with, like, when we go out of town, like for instance, we went out of town for a funeral. She's packing her clothes. She's like, this couple of last week, couple weeks, whatever. She said, "You got your Mark and Will show shirt on? A shirt? You come because I'm gonna wear this one." You know, like my mom. I have been. Remember when I went to Disney World with the family? I took the place of
Yeah,
my dad, my deceased dad. Um, we in the Disney World store, and she's like, "Look, this is Mark and Will show." Like she's promoting. I got here to give a card to somebody who lives in Timbuktu, which was cool, which is great. I love her to death. She supports no matter what. My siblings, my sisters, like no other. Uh, you know, they support us and cheer us on. You know, when we were able to get the FNC to go on together, and they was like, "Yes, I'm down." Sierra was down.
yeah.
You know, people could be like, "Nah, I don't want to do that shit." Friday night, whatever. I'm tired. I go to sleep or whatever. You know, y'all have whatever. So they was cool. And outside some of my families, you know what I'm saying, members who have supported me, which we need all of them. But I'm gonna go. My dad really
Yeah,
he really pushed us.
yeah, yeah.
He
Yes, he
pushed
did.
us. Dad pushed us, and I remember one of them nights doing a show, and we was doing our thing, drinking and different stuff like that. And we was being. I ain't gonna lie, we was tore up. The next day, I went over to his house. He's like, "Do you and Mark want to make money?" ever on this show? I'm like, yeah, Dad, yeah. He said, y'all gotta cut that shit out.
Yep.
Y'all gotta be professional.
Yep.
It's okay having a good time, have a sip or whatever, but he said y'all was drunk. And that can't happen. I went to bro, I said, hey, big boss.
Stop.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, businessman. So hey, we can't make no money. But
Right.
without my dad and all the stuff that he has done for me and my family, I wouldn't be here doing what I do. And also, I know that sometimes, I may have a hard day, but it ain't about me. I'll make sure Mark, I always check on Mark. Are you okay? You good? Let's go. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, he's like my brother. So without the support from Mark and allow me to spread my wings, we wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? So that dog right there has did his thing and done it well. And that's why I said earlier, people can say they like the show, they love the show, whatever. But without Mark, it ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, we do different things. We have different views. We have different shows that we spearhead and different stuff like that. But I know my brother, you know what I'm saying? This was a dream that he had. This is a dream that we formulated together as far as rocking and rolling. And without
Hmm.
him, it ain't gonna exist.
Yeah, I feel that. I have all of that written down. So many people to
Here.
thank in the article.
Okay, okay, okay.
Here.
Gotta
Make sure
thank
you
'em.
thank yourself because without you, for real, this is our really
Yeah.
our first really interview. You didn't have people ask you questions, but you didn't have to
This
do
the
this.
first.
You did not have
It's
to
the
do
first.
this. You did not have to do this. We got a medium shirt for you. I got it right here already. So
Yeah.
it's coming to you big time. I give it to your mom and all this kind of stuff. But we really appreciate you doing this for us.
Right.
Yeah, of
And you know
course.
what I'm saying, and I know that you in school and you're doing your thing. I know you look like you may be only like in the high school or whatever.
High school.
You ready to get that degree and rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? And anytime you want to come on, even this talk, we'll definitely welcome you big time.
Yes, sir.
Of course, of course. I will be here and I will make sure that I get you all a rough draft by hopefully tonight, by the latest midday tomorrow. This week is my spring break on
Oh, okay.
classes.
Oh, that worked out
College.
perfect.
Yeah,
Yep.
it worked
Yep.
out perfectly. Yeah, so I
Hey,
got y'all.
don't be getting too full though.
I won't. I won't. You are
Hey,
silly.
you know what, Mark? She's like, how we be interviewing people and like they have the parents next to them and shit.
Yeah.
Oh
And
man. Man.
tell your mama sit her ass
Time.
down somewhere.
Whole time.
Look, she's doing this. Look.
Whole time. Told you she's never too far away from me.
Ah, shoot.
Ah, tell Jay I said hello and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, I will. I will.
I'm her support
We
forever.
know
Yes,
that. We know
support.
that. You was the producer of the interview. First of all, thank you, Shannon, because I
Thank
had a
you. Thank you.
conversation.
Thank you.
I had a conversation with Shannon, and she said that basically, you know what I'm saying, Lexi maybe to do it. Then we got a text, late ass text last week and stuff like that. So we had a little conversation. So nah, hats off to you, Shannon, big time. Hey,
Yeah.
we love you, appreciate you, thank you for what you do, the
Thank
support
you.
also because you always watching and stuff like that. So thank you, your
Thank you.
roses.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
But
support
next time,
her.
look,
I like the. I'm for the cause. I like it.
but next time, baby girl got the interview by herself, dude. She's good. She's good.
I was just listening. I was just here listening.
Well, I'm recording all this. I'm recording this on my end too, so this will be a show maybe when I'm in the Bahamas. But this is gonna be a show, dude.
In the Bahamas. Oh my gosh. Bye,
No,
Will.
I'm going to Bahamas in April.
Oh, seriously, you're going to the
Yeah,
Bahamas?
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Oh, I'm
going.
thinking
Yeah.
this is another one of the houses in California, houses in Miami.
Oh, that's coming too. But yeah, I'm actually going there for real, for real. But hey, we
Oh, that's so
appreciate
exciting.
you, silly. We appreciate you though.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Big
Of
time.
course. All right, I'll be talking to y'all soon. All right.
All right.
All right.
It's 8 p.m. Crease. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.